Hey spin enthusiasts, I'm so excited to be here. I'm representing King Sabres today and I want to talk to you about their equipment because one of the questions that you guys have sent me so much is what is the difference between the three different models of King Sabres that are on their website? So if you've gone to designsbyking.com, you've noticed there are three different models of sabers and I have all three of them here with me today to show you, and we're going to talk about some of the differences. When I was a performer, and indeed even now as an instructor, when you hear about the top guards in the world, you hear that they're probably spinning King equipment. You know, when you go to WGI and you ask any of the performers that are there, like they're probably spinning King Kong rifles, they're probably spinning King Sabres. And it's just awesome because they've been around for so long and they know what they're doing and they precision engineer every single piece of equipment so that it's the best it can possibly be. One misconception that people have about King equipment is if you are not at that like top tier level yet, that you shouldn't get a King piece of equipment. And I am here to bust that myth. That is not true, because a high quality piece of color guard equipment is actually going to help you get a better grasp on your technique faster than if you're just spinning a broomstick, for crying out loud. So the first one I'm going to show you is the high-end King. This is what I spin. I did not get to spin this when I was a performer, unfortunately, but now that I'm an instructor, this is what I teach with, which is also partly why I don't tape my saber. You should tape your saber according to whatever your team's policy is, because taping is going to protect it and make it last a little bit longer. But I don't, just because I use it so much for demonstrations and for videos and things like that. So mine's not taped. I do have I do have a spot tape and I do have a cheat tape on it. So there's those, but otherwise I like to keep my blade nice and clean without any tape. It has a bevel to the blade. So when you look at the blade from the side, it's not flat. So it's a little bit thicker here in the center, and then it kind of thins a little bit to the bottom and it thins a little bit to the top. It thins a little more to the top than to the bottom. They call that a bevel. So this is a beveled blade, and it also tapers. So here's how thick it is toward the hilt, and then if you go down the blade, it gets skinnier until you get to the tip. So that's a taper. And this saber is made of stainless steel. It's plastic here, it's high quality plastic, but it is plastic where you grip it in here, but this is all stainless steel, and then the screw in the end is even stainless steel, which is really awesome because if you get those ones that have, they're stainless steel, but then the screw in the end, they kind of chintz out on the screw, that screw will break, and then you're gonna be left with a clanking saber forever, even if it is stainless steel to begin with. So that is what some of those terms mean whenever you're on the website and you're looking up and reading about. So that's the KS2, which is the high-end King Saber, and again, all those specs that I just told you, you can read about them on the website, but I know sometimes it makes a difference to be able to actually like see them and see somebody showing them to you. So the next one I'm going to show you is the synthetic blade, the SB Saber. So it's still stainless. However, you'll notice the blade is flat. It's not beveled. It does taper. So it's taller here than it is here because it's tapered, but the blade itself is flat, it's not beveled. And also you'll notice that this is a plastic hilt all the way through, so the grip on the hilt is completely plastic instead of having that stainless here. It is high quality plastic, I will say that, but just know that it is a plastic screw in the end, but that is part of the reason for the price difference. This is $115 to $125 versus the high-end King, which is $203 to $213, and just know that prices might vary depending on materials and things like that. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the shipping industry lately that's making some materials hard to get, so if those prices are not exact, don't quote me on it. I just want you to see the difference in the prices, okay? So if you look at both of these, you can kind of see the differences in the hilt, and then like I was saying before, you can see the differences in the beveling of the blade. But it is a nice chrome blade, which I know I've seen some sabers that have been made without a chrome blade, and I guess if you're just planning on taping it over, that's fine, whatever, but I prefer a nice chrome blade, and then you can tape it how you like, or you can leave it untaped and it's still pretty. And the third saber that we're gonna cover is the SA. This is the synthetic hilt and blade saber. So again, no beveling. It is tapered, so it gets skinnier down here, or I guess it gets shorter down here. It is a solid plastic. Again, it is a high quality ABS plastic, and then instead of having a screw in the end like the other two, it has screws here because this is one piece of stainless steel that goes into the blade and then screws in. So just know that when you're getting this one, it is a solid plastic hilt. This is gonna be the lower end on price as well. This will run you $74 to $79. So if you're really, really tight on budget, this is a good one to start with. And you know, even with the price difference of these guys, anything you get from King is going to be a high quality piece of equipment. So this one might spin a little bit different from our high-end King, but if you're working on your technique and you really want to make sure that you're doing things correctly, these pieces of equipment are going to help you out so much rather than something that is just sort of thrown together and, you know, the care of designing and engineering isn't there. So I definitely recommend these. Guys, our team is sponsored by King, and if you know me, I only accept sponsorships from organizations and from companies that I know are good quality and that I feel good about endorsing. So when you go order your stuff from King, whether it's sabers, whether it's rifles, whether it's flag bags, whether it's King shirts, they have these awesome long sleeve shirts, or they have hoodies or t-shirts, whatever you would like, say King Sabres on them, which are awesome. Let them know that Spintronics sent you, let them know that you're seeing our advertising, and they do help our team out as well with getting our equipment so that we can continue to put on awesome shows for you and bring you guys great color guard content too. So have you spun a King before? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with all your friends, especially share it with your color guard instructor, band director. Let them know these guys are worth the price and that color guard is always more fun when you get to do it on a team.